Hello. First Stormblood dungeon, here we go. The Sirensong Sea. Oops. Alright, so I'm eating food so I can get some extra experience stuff. With the Stormblood dungeons, I'll be running it with random people. The duty support, where you can run with NPCs, isn't out yet. But technically, in this fight, you do fight with your NPC friends. See, Alphinaud's here. Lise and Alice are here. Yeah, so for this first pull, you just stay here on the ship, and all these ads will pile up. Right. Something that always gets me for this one is like targeting. Sometimes I'll target the NPCs, and that can be a bit like annoying if you're trying to target an ad and like they're all just hanging out. So yeah, if you have issues with targeting different things, then this might add some difficulty to it. These blue things, by the way, are they're the NPCs doing stuff to help out, so it's fine, you can stand in it. Okay, now we go up. This thing, I don't know ships, but this thing, the top of it, and then jump off that. Alright, so I'm gonna grab all these ads and just pull all the way over. See the healer back here sprinting to catch up to me. Watch out for all these AoEs here. This stuff falls down, and now we go over here to the first boss. Blue dot. Okay, so I turn the boss around and doing our standard stuff. Okay. As you can see, this is a really big AoE, okay? It's like half the stage. So, amorphous applause. It would be better to stand closer to the boss because it's gonna do this half stage AoE a few times in this fight. So prepare to move for that. Okay, we got a stack marker, Hydro Ball. See, they pull the stack marker closer to the boss so that the melee and the tank can stand in the stack marker still and continue to attack the boss. Unlike the NPCs, sometimes they just like park it all the way off to the side. Okay, for that move, see that, Sea swallows all. It will pull everybody in. Okay, everybody goes in, and immediately you need to run out, because then there are these AoEs here. Okay, and then immediately after, that's that half cleave thing. So stay close to the boss so you can run across pretty soon. Okay, again, go on the other side. Overtow. Oh, okay, so it knocks everyone back and we take raid bite damage from that. Immediately after is a stack. Okay. Stack together. So everyone disperses damage. Oh, and then immediately after is the half stage raid wide. So you gotta be quick here. And that's it. I'm pretty sure we saw all the mechanics there. This person's, they have a Moogle weapon, so they're bringing it in and out and it makes that little Moogle noise. Okay, so here we jump off and it's a treasure here if you want it. I'm gonna go grab all these. Watch out for the AoEs that just drop randomly. Okay, if you stand in it, you get a burn. That'll do some damage over time, so don't stand in it. As soon as you leave, you're not burned anymore, but if you just stay there, you will be. I pull everything here. Watch out for AoEs that pop underneath all around, okay? Remember, if you stand in it, you get burned. So try to move them away a little bit. And I'm moving it back over so that it can go inside my salted earth thingy. Then there's an AoE here too, so you gotta maneuver a little. Okay, nice. This thing is falling. So we use that as a bridge to go to the next section. Treasure over here, if you want it. Up this thingy. And then we'll make a left turn. There's enemies over here, and also I kind of see like this stuff, and so it's probably not going to be able to go that way. But if you're ever lost, basically just follow where the enemies are. Okay, once again, watch out for these AoEs on the ground that pop up. And don't stand in them because you'll get burned. Watch out, watch out. It's a lot of effects here. So, if you have a hard time seeing things, you can always turn off your effects or limit how many effects you see in the game settings. Cool. Alright. I was trying to go up and I was like, oh wait, no. It's actually down here on this side. Okay. Yeah, we go down here and then go to the next boss. Alright, this spooky guy does have some interesting mechanics. Alright, when he goes to the middle of the stage, here he does shadow flow. And then consider these shadowy things AoEs, okay? So you don't want to step in them. Stay in the clear spots. And then you'll be okay. You can stand around here at the the closest to it is max melee, so you can still hit the boss if you're melee. See, me and the ninja are still able to attack. Okay. Bloodburst. I believe this is raid wide. Yeah, there's a raid wide there. Okay, enter night. One person will get a target on them. And it will pull them into the boss, and then adds a tether. And so if you run far away from the boss, though, you'll break the tether. So you want to run away if you get tethered. Bloodburst is a raid wide again. Shadow split. Okay, similar to what he did before. okay, he creates like clones of himself, and then the ground is going to be split up again, shadow flow. Okay, but this time, because he's got his clones everywhere, we have less spaces that we can stand in. So like you can kind of see like each of them take a circle amount of stuff, and so you typically it would have been like this. We would have seen this, like, there would have been more, but because of those clones there, we don't have much space. So you can stand in this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, so these two melee can stand in them and still reach the boss, and these ones far back, range can stand in them and still hit the boss, or wherever. I mean, your range, so you can hit them whenever. You don't have to. I don't think you have to separate. So one person is in their own spot. It's fine if you're standing centered together. But just get to the nearest one to you. Bloodburst is a raid wide. If you stand in, okay. Let me go back. If you happen to stand in one of these BT dubs, you'll get a debuff that will make you vulnerable to magic. And basically everything they're doing here is magic attacks. Okay, so Bloodburst is raid wide, and as you can see, it's a magic attack. So I'm not sure the debuff would last this long, but if it does, then you know how much. Let's see, how much health did that take? Okay, so people took about a quarter health, a little bit more than a quarter health, and if you were vulnerable to magic, it might be way more and that stuff, you know? So that's why you want to avoid getting those debuffs. Okay, we get Enter Night again. We got someone with a target on them. They were already close, so they got sucked in, and they have this tether on them, and they didn't run away. They're just kind of running a circle, and the longer you have that tethered to you, the more stacks of magic vulnerability up you have, which the magic vulnerability up means you're continuously vulnerable to magic. And right, they got hit twice. Okay, they got 3 stacks of that. Okay, 4 stacks. Then they run far out, and now they're okay. Okay, they broke the tether. However, we got a Bloodburst here, so yeah, see how much damage they took with for that? Because they have 4 of these debuffs. It's like... So that's why when you have the tether on you, you want to run out to break the tether so you don't get this debuff. And also, when the shadow whatever stuff is on the ground, you don't want to stand in it so you don't get that debuff. We finished the fight though, so they're good. They're fine. Okay, this next pool is a bit spicy. If the tank does a wall-to-wall pull here, the healer will basically need to really focus on healing because it can hit hard here. There's a lot of adds, and just some of them do a lot of damage. Make sure you're mitigating here. Make sure if you're healing that you keep track of the tank's health, because it can go poorly very quickly. But this tank, this tank. I'm the tank. I didn't mean to compliment myself. This healer was really good. There. Watch out for these AoEs. Okay, there's also treasure here if you want that. Alrighty. Ooh, they light it up for us. And we're going to take these ads and move on to the next section. There's a treasure here if you want it. And pull it to this little boss here. This little boss can actually do some damage. I've had some groups wipe here before. So this, you can interrupt this, but there's actually a different move that is more important to interrupt. We'll see that in a bit. Yeah, see, it takes a while to get them down, these dogs, and this fleshless captive. Okay, dark and dodge that. I was able to stun the boss, but the one that you want to interrupt or stun it's coming up, is this one. Seductive Scream. I was targeting the Hound, so I didn't see the cast, but basically everyone will become seduced if they're looking at, or if the cast goes off. And then we have this big AoE flood there. Okay, so because we're seduced, we can't attack, we can't do anything, we can't move, and so that does a significant amount of damage. So if you get hit with that a few times, it's kind of a big deal. There's Dark, there's AoE to get out of. Okay, Seductive Scream, when you see that, you can interrupt it. My interrupting is called interject. So I interrupt that so he doesn't do the cast, and then we don't become seduced, and then we can get out of the flood thing. We can like run out. And yeah, that's that little boss. Cool. That's kind of freaky. I stopped there for a little bit because I was chit-chatting with the people in the dungeon. They were making jokes and stuff. Anyway, okay. So for the boss, I turn her around, per usual. She does some front tank stuff, okay. Virgin Tears. We're gonna get AoEs on the ground. And you don't want to step in that. Okay. Sorry, I missed that. I was reading this thing. Because I'm pretty sure if you step in the Virgin Tears, you'll get a debuff. Or a dot. You'll get a dot on you that will do damage over time. But, okay. So, the boss is going to have these... This is the main thing of this fight, okay? The boss is going to have these AoEs around, and your goal is to not step in it. She's going to cast something called Morbid Advance, or Morbid Retreat or something. And so if it's Advance, that means everybody, when the cast is done, they're going to walk forward from wherever they're facing. And so I'm positioning myself so that when this cast goes off, I'm just going to go straight this way. And I'm going to avoid the circles, okay? If I was standing here and facing the boss like this, then when I advance, I'd walk straight into this circle. And so wherever you are, you need to figure out like how to orientate yourself to still hit the boss, but then also when the cast goes off, you're not going to walk into one of these AoEs. See, I was over here and I positioned myself like this so that I can go this way. See, everyone else was positioning themselves too. Virgin Tears again. We got more AoEs. Okay. I'm waiting to see what the cast is gonna be. So it's advanced. So I'm like, okay. I turn over here. I'm like, I'm gonna go this way. So I move to her side, and then there we go. Okay, see, when this person accidentally walked into the thing a bit, they got a thing called bleeding. Oh, wait. Can catch that. Okay, see? They got a bit of bleeding, so they take some damage. Whoa! That actually takes a lot of damage. That's like a quarter of their health. Okay, Somber Melody. This is gonna be a raid wide. Yeah, okay, see, look at that. If the healer hadn't healed themselves and they took a quarter of health from just being in the dot, and then they take a quarter of health after through the raid wide, you know, you can see how quickly this can get out of hand, right? Also, I think earlier for this run, they might have accidentally stepped in another one. Oh no. Okay. But anyway, yeah, so they took some bleeding. And then, yeah. Yeah, so if you walk into the things, the Virgin Tear dot thingies, you might die if you step in too many of them. Okay, Morbid Retreat, so that's the opposite. I position myself in a way where when I'm walking backwards from where I'm facing, I'll be okay. Alright. There we go. Good. Okay, also Ill Will, just like the tank cleave type thing, probably. Because I've seen that a few times here. Okay, another set of Virgin Tears. This time, the outside of the stage is the no zone, and then also we got more circles. So you basically just have this inner place to walk around. So I try to pull the boss over. I'm like, I was bleeding a little bit there. So I try to pull her over a bit. And then it's retreat, so I gotta make sure my back is safe. There we go. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and then immediately there's this AoE, Void Water 3. Ooh! Look at how much they took. That hits. Okay, so be careful with that. Somber Melody, raid wide. Ooh, fortunately they got healed up. They could have possibly died. You know what? I think the red mage even healed them up. That's nice. Okay. Yeah, even the red mage was like, maybe I should cure them, but they got it. The healer got it. Okay, so this raid wide, and then we get another void water. Yeah, AoE. Watch out for that. That's the one that just hit hard on that one person. Virgin Tears again, the circle AoEs that cause a bleed. Okay, this one's not as clean. It's not just a clean this thing. Okay, you got this room, and then you've got like this other side to work with. So we wait for the cast to see which one's gonna be. I'm moving the boss just in case they want more space to stand. Okay, it's retreat, so make sure your back is safe. Ooh, I think I stand in it, yeah. And then immediately I'm like, oh no. And then watch out for the water. Okay, now they're popping limit break, and then we get another raid wide. But yeah, we did it. Cool. It took me a few times to figure out like how to do that mechanic. So I didn't really have anyone teaching me when I first ran it, like years ago. 2 years ago. I was kind of just like, I think I'm just gonna stand in a safe spot. I think that's fine. But then I'd just lose control of my character and be like, I don't understand. But yeah, that's why I'm making these guides, to help out. But yeah, good job clearing the first dungeon of Stormblood. See ya. Bye.